Hello NBA fans, my name is Jamel Crothers. The 2008 NBA playoffs continue, and today we're going to discuss the Avery Johnson firing from the Dallas Mavericks. One day after the Dallas Mavericks exit the NBA playoffs for the second year in a row in the first round, Mark Cuban decides it's time for Avery Johnson to be relieved of his coaching duties. It's an unfortunate situation, and as I came on yesterday on my computer and I signed on to Yahoo to check my emails, I saw the firing of Avery Johnson and I was shocked. My jaw dropped. But then you know what? I got to talking to my friend, and then he made me realize Avery Johnson has not gotten the job done. Since having a 2-0 lead in the 2006 NBA Finals, the Dallas Mavericks have just crumbled. The Miami Heat came back and beat them. And then the 2007 NBA playoffs, they lost in the first round, and Dirk Nowitzki didn't show up, and he had to get an MVP award and didn't even advance past the first round. And then this year, they played the New Orleans Hornets, and yeah, Dirk dominated, but guess who didn't show up? Josh Howard. So now, Dallas is back to the drawing board, and Mark Cuban has to figure out, well, what am I going to do with this team that I have, one, and two, who's going to be the next coach? Avery Johnson is a great coach, but I think he lost his team as time went on. Guys stopped listening to him. Guys just started doing their own thing. And a lot of things were going on behind the scenes with the Dallas Mavericks that a lot of people do not know about. And probably a lot of NBA fans and a lot of basketball fans will probably never know. But word is, Avery Johnson was starting to have a shaky relationship with Mark Cuban towards the end. And the players decided to have their own practice with Avery Johnson not being there in the NBA playoffs this year. So at the end of the day, Avery, you're a great coach, and I think you're going to end up somewhere else. And it's not going to be soon before NBA teams are calling you up. Remember, the New York Knicks need an NBA coach now, and they do need a defensive-minded coach such as Avery Johnson, and a guy who has a tough mindset and will not take anything from any players. And then also you have a young Chicago Bulls team that does need some good leadership from a guy like Avery Johnson. The Bulls have a lot of guards, and Avery Johnson was a former guard in the NBA. So at the end of the day, Mark Cuban, you honestly have to find an identity for your team. You guys have to get guys that want to play with heart, and you definitely have to get younger. I think the biggest mistake that the Dallas Mavericks made was the trade for Jason Kidd. But you know what? It is what it is, and I think Avery Johnson, you will recover from this, and definitely will have another job down the line in the future. Well, that's my report on Avery Johnson and the unfortunate firing and relieving of his coaching duties. I'm Jamel Crothers.